Hello, welcome back. This week's video I'm going to do another edit. It's going to be a fine art edit at the coastline at Cleethorpes actually, or just outside Cleethorpes. But just before that, I just want to let you know that I've now got my workshop dates up and running on my website for 2026. So if you want to check out the website, have a look at that. I'm also doing a walk in the woods experience morning. It's 2-hour sessions up to 8 people, and they'll be running throughout the year, and I'm going to put the dates up as the year goes on as well, and there'll be other workshops added to that as well. Plus, if you do want to workshop with me, please contact me and I will try and arrange something with you. We can do a one-to-one or we can do group sessions, and that will be based around the client. Another thing that I offer on my website is online tutorials. If you're interested in anything like that, then again, please contact me. There is details on the website about that as well. The other thing I would say is join the members area where some of these get posted and only shown to members. And again, if you was interested in me editing one of your images as a member, I will do that personally. We can either put it up as the members area or I can do it as a private session and just send the video to you, etc. So there's a lot to offer there. Also, members area, any members will get a discount as well. Okay, let's get stuck into this fine art edit. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just doesn't look like the horizon's quite in line. So we'll first thing is we'll just adjust the horizon, even though we're going to remove it. But I just want to make sure that it's level. So we'll just get the level in stick. Draw it across the horizon. Oh, it is level. It's level. It's bang on level. That'll do. We have got a little bit of distortion in this this one pillar here that we could correct. You know what? I'm not too bothered about it, to be honest with you. They lean all different ways. We could correct it. I don't think I'm going to bother. Next thing I'm going to do is bring a little bit of detail out in the sky and try and get that balance. We're going to bring the shadows up a little bit. All we're going to do is some general adjustments, and then we'll do the fine art, get rid of the horizon stuff, then we'll bring it back in and finish it off. So I'm just getting things just balanced, so not too much detail. I'm just going to up the clarity a little bit like so. Drop the shadows again, and I'm happy at that. So what I'm going to do now is send it into Photoshop, where I'm going to remove the horizon. It should be quite easy, and then finish the edit off. And just while I'm on the subject, I've got some new filters to try out, which I'll be trying out shortly. It's the Freewell K2 series. I'm really looking forward to them because they look absolutely quality. So look out for that video if it's not already up. The reason why I was so interested in these is not just because of the quality of the filters, because they're the other filters that I use, the Freewell ones, the magnetic ones. These are all in one, variable ND filters, but it's got a secret weapon, let's say. And that secret weapon is it takes grads. With this type of fine art photography that we're doing, I think if I had a graduated filter on some of these images, that would have helped me out in the processing. So I'm so looking forward to trying this bad boy out. But that will be for another day, so keep your eye out for that. Okay, we're in Photoshop. I'm going to duplicate the layer just as backup. No other reason for that, just as backup. I'm going to switch that off for now. Then I'm going to grab the remove tool. I'm going to be quite aggressive. I'm going to try and remove everything in one sweep. So I'm just going to draw across the horizon to there. I'm going to go across the horizon there. I'm going to zoom in on the image, and this is where it might get a little bit tricky. We'll remove that area there, that area, that area, that area, that area. Okay. The other thing I've noticed as well is I've moved the image over. We've got a little bit of distraction here that I'm going to try and remove, like so. Okay, we'll just come out of the image and click the button and see what happens. It's done a okay job, but it's actually still put the horizon in, and I want to get rid of that, so we'll just do it again. No big deal. Get rid of that horizon line. Looks like it's done a pretty good job in between the sticks, and it's also put a little horizon line there. So again, we'll just give that a click. Now what I would say is this was an overcast day, and there's quite a bit of, I won't say sea fret, but it choose the right day to go out, and this process is so much easier. Also, where you put the horizon line can make things so much easier. So when you're composing the image, think about, can I remove that horizon? Where can I put it to make my life easier when I'm processing images like this? There we go, we've already getting there. I'm just going to redo that little bit there to just correspond in there. I think that will work a little bit better, and then we'll just click once more. Okay, really happy with that edit. It looks fantastic. You know what, I don't even think I need to do any more than that. I don't have to put any sort of fake fog in or mist or anything like that. It's just so simple. It's unbelievably simple. I'm not going to do any more than that. Brilliant. All I'm going to do now, send it back into Lightroom. So we're back in Lightroom. That was quick, weren't it? Weren't. I'll cut that by that. So we're back in Lightroom, and like I say, there's not a lot I need to do. I'm just going to do a little bit of local adjustments and just bring them clouds out a little bit more and bits of detail here and there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is go to the masking, and I'm going to have a look at see what landscape actually selects. So landscape will basically analyze the image, whatever image it is, and then choose different areas of the image and select them as masks. Sometimes they work really well, sometimes they don't. So let's see what happens. Okay, so it's selected natural ground, sand, water, and sky. So the only thing it hasn't really selected is the subject, the groins, but I think we can deal with that. Also, what I can see is some of the groins have been selected as part of the sky, so we'll have to be careful when we're editing. But I'll create those layers now, so it will create 3 separate masks, and then I can use that. I'm going to duplicate the sky before I do any editing because I might need more than one, so we'll just duplicate sky. So I'm going to go to the copied one, and now all I'm going to do is click on it, subtract, and I'm going to subtract objects. Now all I'm going to do is draw over the objects including shadows, and I'm hoping it will subtract those objects, which are the groins. Now I might have to subtract again. We'll just have to have a look, see what it detects. Okay, so it selected them and subtracted that from the mask. But now I want to subtract the rest of the groin. So we'll click on object again. Make a nice big brush, draw over it. Now it's done a pretty fantastic job. For some reason it hasn't selected that little bit there. So we'll just subtract again. object. We'll just do the back bit. The only thing it has done, if we zoom in, is left that little gap. So what I'm going to do is right click, intersect with, colour, and I'm going to select the grey there. So now we've got a fantastic selection of what we want, and now we can adjust that area. But I'm going to add another layer to it. So if I go to the sky layer, right click again, intersect with, linear grad. So it's quite a challenging selection. So now when we adjust, it should only adjust the sky areas that we want, like so. I'm going to just drop down the saturation there, and I'm going to up the DAs just to bring that detail. What we've got to watch, and I'm looking for constantly, is the halos around the structures. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to get any halo in around this structure. Let's just come out again. So I think I'm pushing it to the limit now. I'm just going to drop the blacks down a little bit. Oh, it's so fantastic. Next thing I'm going to do is add a new mask, linear grad, and I just want to darken this bit of sky down here. Now I don't mind if it clips the top of there, it's not going to affect it anything like I need it to. Right, so fantastic. Then I'm going to do a radial grad, bring it in the middle, intersect with, colour, pick the grey colour, and that's, again, it's removed everything I want removing, and then we can actually just brighten that area up a little bit. And what that does is sort of focus your eye from the groin into the centre of the image. I think that looks amazing, looks fantastic. What I can see is I've got a couple of dust spots. Let's just have a look at the dust spots while we're here. So remove. We can have visual dust spots. There's one or two here. We'll just get rid of those. Bang, bosh. Yeah, one there as well. There we go. Remove. Brilliant. Okay, that's got rid of the dust spots. It would frustrate me. Didn't want to forget them. I'm going to darken this bottom area, corner area here. And it's the reason why I'm going to do that is using a radial grad is because I don't want to draw your eye to the sand at the bottom there, like so. The next thing I'm going to do, I can see some blue tones in the sky that don't look right. So I'm going to come down to the colour, saturation, and I'm just going to drop down the blue. And you can see already it's made it a more grayer looking sky, and it was a grey looking sky. I'm also going to drop down the aquas a little bit as well. That looks so much better. So much better. One thing we can do if we're not sure on colour, if we click the little bullseye type icon here, we can go to the colour where we want to adjust, hold the mouse button down and scroll up and down, and that will add or remove the saturation or the colour or the hue. So that's a good little tip there. That is looking great. Next thing I'm going to do is just come down to the colour grading, because I like to add contrast with the colour grading. It works so well. So what I'll do is I'll just up the luminance of the highlights, see where it changes, and I quite like that. Midtones, so I'm not actually changing any colours. All I'm changing is the luminosity of the highlights, the midtones, and the shadows. So again, we can see what it's doing. I'm going to drop that down, and then again, shadows, I'm just going to drop that down, making it a little bit more grungy. Brilliant. Next thing I'm going to do is another mask, and I'm going to select colour, and I'm going for the timber. That has done a fantastic job of selecting the timber, the sand, the reflections. I think what I'm going to do is, because I don't really want to affect this sand, all I'm going to do is take control of the groin itself. So within that, I'm going to intersect with brush, and all I'm going to do, the areas that I want to affect, I'm just going to paint over like so. And all I want to do with this is bring out a little bit of detail. So I'm going to add a bit of texture. I'm going to put a little bit of clarity in there as well. I'm going to bring the shadows up a little bit, like so. I think that's enough. You can just see what I've done by selecting that and how easy that selection was. Last thing I'm going to do is we'll update the masking, because we've added over the masking, so it just needs to update the AI mask. So we'll just click on that. That will update, take a couple of seconds depending on how quick your computer is. Ages. That's all updated. All updated the masks. I'm really happy with that. All I normally do now is I normally do an edit for a black and white. So I will save that. Normally with black and white we need it a bit more contrasty, a little bit more dramatic, like so. Drop down the blacks. We'll do a radial grad here. We'll bring the exposure up in the center, and then we'll right click and duplicate an invert mask. So that'll do exactly the same mask, but swap it round, and then we can just drop that down like so. I'm also just going to add another radial grad here, because I just want to lighten that area up like so. Fantastic. There's my edit. There's my black and white edit and my colour edit. I hope you've enjoyed that. The removing of the horizon was so easy. I hope you understood how the multiple masking, how we got to the situation and where we could use that mask, and all the different layers of that. If it does get confusing for you, what I suggest you do is do it in little sections. It's so easy, and have a little play. And if it doesn't work, I've got another sky mask to back up to do it again, and try different ways as well. Don't forget to check my website out, like I was saying, for workshops, online tutorials, one-to-ones, walk in the woods experience. Thanks for watching. See you soon.